Flintstone! A little to the left! Careful now! You know what happened the last time!
Hi, I'm Caitlin Carlson.
And I'm Isabella Logan, and we're Master of Engineering students at the University of Toronto. This video is a presentation of a hypothetical business model generated by us for our Business of Civil Engineering Knowledge graduate level class. The introductory video that you've just seen presents a caption of the perceived state of the AEC industry in Canada. It's archaic, and something needs to be done.
That's why we developed a hypothetical business model based on CH2M Hill Canada, a large architectural, engineering, and construction company, or AEC, which actually exists in Canada. The company is used as a basis for developing a Building Information Modeling, or BIM, Platform as a Service Knowledge Management business model. We'll start by defining a couple of key terms, the first being Building Information Modeling, or BIM. BIM is a way of building a 3 or more dimensional model for a real or future facility. Building modeling adds a lot of value to the AEC industry by allowing for project visualization of a facility in 3 or more dimensions. By more dimensions, we could mean cost, we could mean schedule, etc. The second term we'll define is Platform as a Service, which is a cloud computing service that provides a platform. It provides software and infrastructure to support a cloud or off-site computing. The provider of the cloud computing services supplies the network, servers, storage, and technical support. A customer can create customized software using tools and/or libraries from the provider and can use software deployment and configuration settings. Several international companies based in Europe already use BIM quite effectively. For example, Skanska and Hochtief, the larger Swedish and German construction companies respectively, recognize the value of BIM and what it delivers to its customers, such as reduced risks and streamlining across an entire project. These phases include design, planning, estimating, supply chain management, physical construction, maintenance, sales, and eventual decommission. In fact, in 2007, Hochtief Vicon, which stands for Virtual Design and Construction, was established to provide BIM expertise services developed in-house to external clients for the entire life cycle or portions thereof of a project depending on client needs. To realize the highest return on investment in BIM, these European companies promote company-wide BIM integration, training, knowledge, research, and development. On the other side of the world, in Singapore, the Building Construction Authority of Singapore, or the BCA, is an agency of the Ministry of National Development that is responsible for the quality of the built environment, including construction policies and regulations and approval of all building plans and permits. The BCA has created a subsidy program to improve the construction industry, in part by promoting BIM integration into construction projects, with a goal for 80% of Singapore's construction projects to be using BIM by 2015, and by making BIM a project requirement in all public sector projects. The BCA actively promotes BIM education and has identified that BIM adoption can help the construction industry achieve a new level of excellence, leading to higher productivity gains with less conflicts in construction and less rework, minimal wastage of resources, and more sustainable building designs. The BCA even offers its own BIM training programs for AEC professionals. This is a prime example of BIM implementation at a governmental level, where the government is leading instead of lagging behind the private sector.
It's very important to learn from other people's experiences, especially when you're investing money in a business. The last thing you want is money loss. A good start is to look at auto manufacturing. The auto manufacturing sector was the first industry to embrace use of CAD engineering and manufacturing technologies. An important lesson learned from that industry is that a company must quickly respond and adapt to changes in its product, process, and production system within the confines of customer, regulator, and internal company driving forces. Another important lesson to learn from auto manufacturing is that sharing raw data is just not good enough. Upstream product development considerations must be integrated at the design stage to allow for improvement in the design and cost. The design of a building facility cannot be done in isolation. BIM can allow for this to be done effectively and efficiently by 3D visualization and collaboration between project participants. So we learned some lessons from auto manufacturing, but what about e-commerce? eBay has the ability to adapt to all customers, large and small. eBay harnesses a collaborative approach in its business model. It invites everyone to provide input and governs instead of owning the business model structure. And this allows for a massive collaboration effort. similar to what is required in the BIM platform as a service. Amazon followed a process of working backwards. It started by figuring out what customers need and worked backwards until the minimum set of technology requirements to satisfy those customer needs were met in their business model. One last thing Amazon has done, which can be used in BIM platform as a service, is a retailer model used for its Kindle business. BIM is comparable to Kindle in that the BIM business model must provide for a generic platform to combine many different software types.
The proposed business model developed for CH2M Hill describes the value offered, portrays capabilities and partners required for creating, marketing, and delivering value and relationship capital, with the goal of generating profitable and sustainable revenue streams. The business model framework includes a study of the current market, customer profiling, assessment of the competition, description of services and value propositions, pinpointing required resources, key activity identification, and cost and income stream identification.
A good first step before deciding on a business model is to survey the existing market. What are other people doing? The Canadian BIM market is unexploited in the AEC industry. The Institute of BIM in Canada did a survey and found that 3/4 of respondents still use traditional two-dimensional CAD methods. Also, no standardized BIM implementation tools such as planning documents, manuals, or best practice guides are available. Currently, architects, engineers, and owners, and specification writers located in Ontario, Alberta, and British Columbia use BIM, and mainly on industrial and commercial projects. IBC also found that approximately 30% of respondents use BIM on a moderate or frequent basis, but this number is expected to increase to approximately 50% in the near future. What this tells us is that there are great opportunities for CH2M Hill in the existing market. According to CanBIM, many companies provide BIM services to varying degrees within Canada. However, these companies do not offer the level of personalized service, knowledge management, and industry experience bundled with BIM cloud services being offered by CH2M Hill. A business model for CH2M Hill's BIM offering was developed using the Osterwalder framework and is a combination of multi-sided and open business models. It allows for interaction between different groups and makes use of external ideas, partners, and customers to improve the BIM platform.
Now we'll get into the details of our proposed business model, first starting in the middle with the value proposition. Why would companies want to hire us? Well, CH2M Hill's value proposition is a positive return on investment for the BIM platform as a service through highly personalized and customizable knowledge management services based on acquired industry wisdom bundled with cloud BIM services. This type of professional relationship is the most intimate and is typically developed over a long period of time. Such a relationship will secure long-term business associates and establish CH2M Hill as a leader in the BIM construction industry. The value proposition is aimed at the following customer segments: consultants, general contractors and project managers, subcontractors, government and regulatory agencies, facility managers, and owners. All of these customer segments have different functions and slightly different needs, but there's much crossover between them. The offering is made regardless of current BIM practices, even to those who have not implemented BIM in any way. In order to understand the point of view of these customers, customer empathy maps were drafted for each customer. Consultants at the top are most likely to gain value from BIM during the design phases, using it for visualization, clash detection, and modeling engineering systems. Contractors and subcontractors gain the most value from BIM in the construction phase, using it to estimate costs, track schedules, and prevent on-site issues. Government agencies gain value during permitting and in all phases requiring documentation. Facility managers gain value during operational phases of a project to monitor and automate building controls using BIM. Finally, the owners experience a cumulative value across all phases of a project.
Now we'll examine key partners, key activities, and key resources. Key activities include managing design life cycles and data flows, setting up the work cycle, administering files and versions, checking and auditing design conflicts and mismatches, creating interoperability between different software types and CAD systems, coordinating interactions of various stakeholders into the design process, supporting project execution and progress tracking, and managing changes to project scope, schedule, and cost. Key resources to achieve this offering include highly skilled management and subject matter expert staff, and investments in smart software and apps to help review the data, detect issues, and suggest conflict resolutions. Key partnerships with software manufacturers and vendors like Bentley will improve the BIM platform and allow training and troubleshooting. Channels to communicate with the customer will include a website with high graphic content and case studies, trade show attendance, word-of-mouth references, a call center, and offering a free trial version BIM services to existing customers, free training through lunch and learn sessions at customers' offices, advertising via podcasts, industry publications, and newspapers, and by approaching vendors CH2M Hill already has built relationships with.
Next, we'll talk about cost structures, of which there are two general types, cost-driven and value-driven. The cost-driven structure minimizes costs wherever possible by streamlining services, whereas the value-driven structure focuses on value creation. CH2M Hill will be offering a value-driven cost structure with highly personalized service to customers. CH2M Hill will provide the BIM management platform, customize it, and manage it for the customer. Scalable pricing will be implemented for this value-driven cost structure. Price negotiation will take place during the bidding processes, when the value proposition is being determined. This transaction represents a combination of an asset sale with usage fees, where the asset is CH2M Hill's BIM management knowledge, and the usage fee applies to the use of the BIM management platform by the client. A ballpark of what CH2M Hill can charge clients for its BIM management services was developed based on percentage returns already experienced in industry. Immediate savings experienced by the client for the implementation of BIM on a project range from 3 to 7.5% through reduced conflicts alone, and potential savings in construction costs through the use of BIM range from 15 all the way up to 40%.
In summary, CH2M Hill is providing a positive return on investment to its customers. Now, isn't that what anybody would want? CH2M Hill has developed their own platform for BIM and will offer their knowledge management services in addition to the BIM platform. Highly skilled in-house human resources will unite, lead, and manage a large network of collaborators through a life cycle use of BIM platform as a service. According to a market survey, the segmented customer market of interrelated players is ready and sees value in BIM platform as a service. The Canadian AEC industry will welcome a knowledge management service offering. Additionally, a substantial uptake of BIM usage is expected in the near future, which means more business and success for CH2M Hill's business model. CH2M Hill's business model will provide value-driven personalized services for the custom projects common to the AEC industry. In parallel, CH2M Hill will further develop the platform as a service and lobby government agencies to request BIM and knowledge management services be made mandatory on publicly funded projects. Also, CH2M Hill will participate in further development of regulatory guidance. Overall, customers will gain a better, more streamlined service, offering more value for their money spent, better quality, and reduced risk on their project investments. Think back to the beginning of this presentation, the Stone Ages. Just imagine what will continue to happen if we don't pursue BIM platform as a service.
Don't worry, Mr. Slade, I have everything under control.
As we learn from auto manufacturing, static business models are doomed to become obsolete. With this in mind, it is recommended that CH2M Hill Canada continuously update its BIM platform as a service business model to adapt to changing market conditions. Additionally, other markets outside of the AEC industry could find spin-off opportunities. Industries such as real estate, emergency response, manufacturing, and just provision to the general public can all be targeted for CH2M Hill's follow-up. Business models for these customers may emerge in the future and run parallel to those being developed now. These business models are expected to be most effective as cost-driven business models and are recommended for consideration by CH2M Hill after it rolls out its business model to the AEC community as value-driven. Such business models would feature increased automation and consequently a less personal customer relationship. And with that, our business model is complete. On behalf of Isabella and myself, thanks for watching.